Josh Eldridge with you as we continue your coverage of the Yreka Invitational. It is day number 3, and the 7th place game is the Henley Hornets get ready to take on the Brookings Harbor Bruins. We are just a couple of minutes away from tip-off, just getting on the air this morning. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to be nearly ready for tip-off today as the Hornets take on the Bruins in day 3. Josh Eldridge back with you in just a moment on 104.3 and 960 Sports and on mybasin.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Sports was kind of what made me the person. I love to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbey's really the family dumping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbey's afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbey's after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbey's, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Josh Eldridge back with you at the Yreka Invitational. Is day number 3 in the final game for the Henley boys here in California. They're in their yellow uniforms there if you're watching on mybasin.com. Not much time for a pregame show today, although we'll give you as much information as we can as we move throughout today's broadcast. On the 5 on the floor for Henley, it's going to be Reese Schmerbach, Micah Ibarra, Finn Charlton, Nolan Mick, and Corbin Hamilton. And we'll get you the 5 for Brookings just after this, as the Henley Hornets are going to be the ones to control the opening tip. Ibarra throws it near side Schmerbach. Schmerbach back outside to Ibarra. Fastball down low to Mick. Tries to go to work down low. Tries to get to Hamilton underneath. But Hatch, a good defender underneath for Brookings, stands 6'7" according to the Brookings roster. And he was certainly making things happen against Klamath Union yesterday. Game that the Pelicans would go on to win, but he led his team in scoring. Here's Anderson now. He's trying to get rid of it, but it's picked away by Henley. Now in the transition, it's Nolan Mick. Nolan Mick has it picked loose, and possession is going to go to Brookings. 7:27 to go in the first quarter, and still scoreless. All right, with it now is Anderson. Anderson's going to bring it up for Brookings. Throws it over to Pryor. Pryor now in the far corner to Downing. He pulls from distance and knocks it down. That is the first points of the game for the Bruins as they lead now 3-0 off the hand of Devin Downing. Hornets, Schmerbach. Schmerbach over to Ibarra. Ibarra driving inside. Pump fakes, pulls up from inside the free throw line. That won't go. Pryor with the rebound. Hornets had a day yesterday where they were leading heading into the third quarter, but they were outscored late down the stretch, only scoring 2 points in the fourth quarter, both on made free throws, and a nice move by Tanner Anderson to earn a pair of points there. Brookings Harbor leads 5-0 with 6:46 to go in the ball game. Ibarra with it. Ibarra fires near side Schmerbach. Schmerbach driving baseline. Gets stopped, though. Now back outside to Ibarra. Step back. Thought about a 3, then to Hamilton. Hamilton now to Mick. Mick outside to Charlton for 3. Won't go. And the rebound is picked up by Devin Downing. Now Pryor bringing it up for Brookings. Ibarra, meets him about half court. Now trying to move it along the near side. Hands it over to Spatel. Now back to Anderson. Anderson on the left side, hands it off to Spittel, but he's picked up by Ibarra. Tries to spin around Ibarra, driving the left side, up and under, off the glass, no good. And the rebound goes to Ibarra. Throws it ahead in transition to Nolan Mick. Mick now on the left block, outside to Ibarra, catch and shoot, triple, no. And it's going to be rebounded by Hatch. It's Patrick Hatch. And here's Anderson. Anderson to Spittel, now back to Pryor. Has it knocked away by Schmerbach, but the loose ball picked up by Brookings. Henley gave supreme effort yesterday on defense, trying to stick with the guys they were playing yesterday, and just wound up falling short against Red Bluff in that fourth quarter. It was Pryor who fired a three, it didn't go. Brookings back with the rebound. Now it's Downing here on the right wing. Kicks it top of the key to Anderson. Anderson trying to go left, gets by the defender, straight to the rim, denied by Corbin Hamilton. And now the Hornets get a chance coming the near way, trying to get their first points. 5:20 to go in the first quarter. In the far corner, it's Charlton for a corner three. It's in, and Henley back within two after Charlton gets a three-point bucket. Knocked down three of those in day one of the tournament, was mostly dry yesterday. And Brookings now into the front court. And has it knocked away by Hamilton. Loose ball picked up by Brookings, driving to the cup for the lane. It won't go. It's Colton Spittel. And now the Hornets moving the other way. Schmerbach to Ibarra. Finds Mick cutting to the cup, and he's fouled by Hatch.
Hey, stay tall, Patrick.
Hatch is going to deliver the foul to Nolan Mick. He'll head to the line for two. Gives us a second to breathe here in the South Gym at Yreka High School. Had to set up real quick in between this game and the previous game before. It was the Yreka girls going against the Glide girls. Yreka, the host team, wound up winning that game, which was the, I believe, the consolation final for the girls. The consolation final there for the girls. And a couple subs coming in for Henley. Welcome to the team, Bryson Montag. First we're seeing of Bryson this season. He missed the previous two games at the Invitational, but now on the floor there wearing the number 4. First free throw from Mick was good, and he'll get a second. And that one rattles out. Hatch with the rebound, and Brookings holds on to a 5-4 advantage with 4:41 to go in the first quarter. Anderson trapped at midcourt, gets rid of it to Spittel, trying to find Hatch diving to the cup, but the pass broken up by the Hornets. Now out is Charlton. Charlton down to Montag, coast to coast, but Montag leaves the layup short. And Hatch with the rebound. Pryor now bringing it up. Pryor handing it off to Spittel, head of the key, tries to switch up, driving inside, has his pocket picked by Nolan Mick. Mick bouncing it to Schmerbach on the near side. Schmerbach terminates the dribble, down to Montag. Montag to Mick, again cutting to the rim. Kiss it off the glass, and Nolan Mick with 3 points today and gives Henley a 6-5 advantage with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Now on the far side, it's Pryor. Brookings looking for an answer. Driving to the left. Kicks it outside, that's Downing. Now back to Pryor. Pryor against Montag. Underhand pass to Anderson. Anderson, head of the key. Puts it on the deck, spinning around at the free throw line, terminates the dribble, kicks it in the corner to Downing. Downing with 12 to shoot, loses it. Montag gets his hand in there, and Hornets with back-to-back steals in the first quarter. Now it's Bryson Montag's turn to run the offense. Kicks it near corner to Schmerbach, kicks a triple, won't go. Rebound batted out to Charlton. Charlton to Montag, pump fakes a three, drives inside, right-handed floater, no good. Rebound again, Henley's. Schmerbach back outside to Charlton, tries his luck from three, won't go. Now here's Anderson. Anderson to Pryor. Pryor throws it over to Downing. Downing, a long pass to Anderson. Beyond the arc, Anderson knocks it down. And for Anderson, 5 points for him this morning. And it gives his team an 8-6 advantage with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's Charlton. Charlton into the corner to Schmerbach, but the pass broken up by Pryor. Pryor, the junior, standing 5'10", making it happen on defense. Some subs coming in for the Hornets. Corbin Hamilton back in along with Micah Ibarra. Also seeing for the first time Jeremiah Brunick today. And here are the Hornets. It's Micah Ibarra. Ibarra to Hamilton. Hamilton tries to get it to Montag, but the pass taken away by Anderson. Anderson crossing the timeline for Brookings as he brings it up, guarded by Montag. Still trying to find some room on that right side. Kicks it outside to Garcia, but it's Montag with the interception of that pass. Montag fresh off the football season where the Hornets finished runners-up in the 4A state championship. He played defensive back, and that's what he's trying to do here on defense for the Hornets, just getting in the way of those passing lanes. Only one interception, though, as a defensive back this season. It came in the state semifinal game against Cascade. kicks it out, near corner three for Hamilton, rattles in and out. Rebound won by the Hornets and batted out to Charlton. Charlton now to Montag on the far side, finds Hamilton under the cup, kicks it back outside to Ibarra for three, bang! Micah Ibarra gives Henley a 1-point lead, 9-8, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. And it's going to be Anderson who brings it up. He's the team's leading scorer for Brookings right now with 5 points. Anderson to Pryor. Pryor now near side to Garcia. Garcia guarded by Brunick. Now over to Downing. Downing straight away. Tries to move left, gets jumped by Hamilton and Charlton, but Brookings able to find their way out of the trap. Now Garcia. Garcia spinning around on the right block. Fadeaway jumper is offline. And Bryson Montag with the rebound. Montag throws it ahead to Charlton on the far side. Charlton back to Montag. Montag at the free throw line, now near corner Hamilton. Down underneath to Brunick. Brunick to Montag, cutting to the cup, and the lay-in is good. Henley with a 3-point advantage, 11-8, and Coach Beeman wants time. We'll take it with him. 11-8, 1:17 to go in the first quarter. The Hornets lead on day 3 of the 70th Yreka Invitational on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Just getting started today at the 3rd day of the 70th Yreka Invitational. Josh Eldridge with you. There's another game going on right now as Klamath Union gets ready to take on, I believe, Red Bluff. That game is over behind that red curtain. If you're watching on mybasin.com, you can hear Matt Bowling on that call. Then later on today, the Henley Lady Hornets get ready to take on Del Norte at 3 o'clock for the girls bracket championship game. But right now in our game, Henley leads 11-8 over Brookings with 1:12 to go in the first quarter. With it now for Brookings is Garcia. Garcia takes a screen going right, picked up by Frank. Frank guarding him closely along the perimeter, gets rid of it to Anderson. Anderson still guarded by Frank on the perimeter. Anderson now trying to drive left, gets by Frank, kicks it into the corner for a Pryor triple. It does not fall. Hamilton with the rebound. And now here come the Hornets leading by 3. Micah Ibarra. Ibarra splitting up the defense, loses the handle on it, and it's picked up by Anderson. Anderson to Pryor, and now Brookings gets a chance after that turnover. Pryor to Garcia. Garcia back to Pryor, now on the left wing. Pryor trying to drive around Frank, now going to the right side, terminates the dribble, gets it to Garcia. He thought about a 3, now driving inside. The free throw line throws it near corner to Anderson. Anderson down low to Patch. Right elbow jumper is offline, and the rebound is picked up by Hamilton. Now up to Ibarra. Ibarra dumps it down low to Brunick. Brunick out to Frank and a whistle, and I think Brunick was fouled. And no, it's actually going to be a whistle against the Hornets. And so the Bruins take it. Henley with a press. Did that a lot in the first half yesterday. The good defense leading to good offense. And at the end of the first quarter, Anderson can't get the triple off as we go to the second with Henley. An 11-8 advantage over the Brookings Harbor Bruins. We'll be back with second quarter action on 104.3 and 960 Sports and on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Coverage down in Yreka continues in the second quarter of the final day as the Henley Hornets taking on the Brookings Harbor Bruins. And right now Henley leads 11-8. It's Anderson who's going to bring it up for Brookings Harbor. Now to Garcia, kicks it over to Anderson. Anderson guarded by Schmerbach, brings it back outside the perimeter. Bounces it to Pryor. Pryor guarded by Ibarra, takes a screen going left, picked up by Frank, but he gets around him. Running floater off the glass, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, possession Brookings. 5 on the floor for Henley is going to be Hamilton, Frank, Ibarra, Brunick, and Schmerbach. And we'll get you the 5 for Brookings in just a moment as Anderson fires an uncontested triple. Front iron, no good. Schmerbach with the rebound. He's trying to get out in transition, but has it knocked away by Anderson. Anderson has had active hands, especially against Schmerbach here in the first quarter. Garcia, a long 3, drains it. Wow, what a shot to tie this game for Garcia. Knotted up at 11 with 7:20 to go in the second quarter. Now it's Frank who steps out. Garcia with his first made triple of this game. He had 4 points yesterday on a made three-pointer and then 1 free throw. But tying us up here at 11, Anderson brings it up the floor. Remember, Brookings lost to Klamath Union yesterday after it was Grafton Watoff for the Pelicans, who had a fantastic day against Brookings. Wasn't really anything they could do to stop him. Trying to find their own guy with the hot hand. Maybe thinking Garcia beyond the arc. Now trying to drive inside against Montag. Kicks it out to Spatel. Spatel dishes it in the corner to Anderson. Anderson guarded by Schmerbach. 5 to shoot. He's trapped in the corner. Has to get rid of it. Bounces it down low. Now to Hatch on the right elbow. Throws up a shot that falls. Running out of time. And who else but Patrick Hatch to get you 2 points for Brookings Harbor. Now Henley trying to respond. Bounce pass to Frank. Good move to the cup. And Frank with a couple of points to tie us back up at 13. 6.5 to go in the first quarter. Pryor with it now. Pryor going around the world. He's going to throw it over to Anderson. Guarded by Schmerbach. Tries to drive baseline, but he'll travel. So Schmerbach to inbound. 5 on the floor now for Brookings. We'll give it to you. It's Downing, Hatch, Spatel, Anderson, and Pryor. And up the floor comes Micah Ibarra. Ibarra near side Charlton. Charlton puts it on the deck, brings it head of the key. Charlton now to Ibarra. Ibarra screen left, pulls up for a 3, no good. Spatel skies for the rebound. Now here comes Brookings. Over to Pryor. Pryor guarded by Ibarra, tries to bring it along the right side, loses the dribble, and it's picked up by Montag. That was Charlton with the steal, and Montag picked up the loose ball. Ibarra trying to get it down low to Hamilton, but there's Hatch there to return the favor and get the takeaway. Now Anderson. Anderson, triple teamed, has to get rid of it, finds Pryor alone in the corner. Head fakes, driving inside, left elbow J off the glass, no good. Battle for the rebound underneath is a foul. Be curious to see who this is going against. It looked more like a jump ball, but they're going to call Hatch with a foul. A good break there for Henley.
Hey, that was good hands, Patrick. No foul there. That's good hands. Here we go.
So Henley will inbound. It'll be Mick to do the honors as he subs in for Micah Ibarra. Now Schmerbach.
Go work.
Schmerbach on the right side. Throws it to Montag. Montag trying to bring it around the top of the perimeter, but is trapped on the side by Anderson. He gets Montag to step out of bounds. Boy, Anderson has been playing some tight defense on the perimeter today, causing trouble for these Henley shooters. So we're tied up at 13 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Anderson thought about a triple, steps back, terminates the dribble, gets rid of it to Pryor. Pryor on the deck, moving to the right side, guarded by Mick. Between his legs, tries to get around Mick. Montag with the help defense and the takeaway. Held ball on the ensuing play, and possession should go to the Hornets, and it does. And so Charlton to inbound. And here comes Schmierbach crossing the timeline for the Hornets. Here's Mick. Mick, head of the key, gets it to Schmierbach. Schmierbach trying to drive inside, kicks it over to Hamilton. Hamilton guarded by Hatch in the corner, drives baseline, near side to Schmierbach, catch and shoot, triple, won't go. Montag with the rebound, tries to get it back underneath to Hamilton. Frenzy for the basketball, it goes out, and it's Brookings basketball. Couple of subs coming in for the Bruins. Just one that I can see is Xander Carlson, the junior. He is going to step in, I believe, for Pryor. And so here come the Bruins. With 4:23 left to go in the first half, we're tied at 13. Schmierbach playing tight defense here on Spittel. Schmierbach. Oh, Spittel moving to the rim. A nice move, but he leaves the layup short. Rebound picked up by Carlson. Throws it outside to Anderson. Anderson again picked up by Schmierbach. It's been a battle of these 2 point guards early in this game. Schmierbach tight defense. He has to get rid of it to Downing. Downing now against Montag, and some grabbing of the jerseys. I think this one is going to go against Anderson. Yeah, was setting a bit of an illegal screen there and getting a bit handsy with the guy trying to get over the screen. And so that foul. And here's Schmierbach. Schmierbach throws it to Montag, goes baseline, right-handed lay-in is good for Bryson Montag. He's got 4 points. His team leads by 2. 3:52 to go in the first quarter. And here's Downing. Downing trying to get around Schmierbach. Downing throws it near side to Anderson. Anderson against Montag. Spins to his right, dives for the rim. Layup hangs on the rim, won't go. And a rebound battled for underneath and a foul. Bryson Montag ripping that ball away. And after that whistle, let's see. Looks like it's going to wind up as Hornets basketball. Another foul goes against Anderson. And some subs in for the Hornets. Mike Ibarra checking back in. Max Frank in. Hamilton to the bench. And Schmierbach to the bench for the Hornets as they lead 15-13. 3:37 to go in the first quarter. Henley just trying to get some of these shots to fall. They've had good looks. Montag kicks it outside to Charlton. Straightaway three, no good. Another good look created, but unable to knock it down. Here's Spittel. Spittel between his legs loses the dribble against Montag for a moment, but recollects. Now to Carlson, to Hatch. Hatch beyond the perimeter, guarded by Frank. Now to Spittel. Spittel over to Downing. Downing guarded by Charlton. Puts it on the deck, trying to get to the right side. And a whistle, let's see. Sub coming in for Brookings is going to be Pryor. Pryor will come in for Anderson. That whistle going against Henley. And it'll be Brookings basketball. They'll inbound it on the far side of the floor. Inbound pass goes to Spittel. Got it into the backcourt. Pryor with it. Pryor over to Downing. Downing to Carlson. Carlson trying to drive right through Main Street, but has his pocket picked by Bryson Montag. Montag outnumbered in transition, but gets fouled on the shot, and so Bryson Montag a chance to go to the line for two. Talked about it a little bit. Montag had been missing the first couple of games for Henley, and now first we're seeing of him today. And the defense intensity has picked up a little bit for these Hornets, especially with Montag there. Has created multiple steals. This time was able to get out in transition because of those steals and was fouled on the shot. But defensive intensity, like I said, was not the problem for the Hornets yesterday. It was just making their shots. Like I said, 2 points in the fourth quarter is what allowed them to fall to Red Bluff. As Montag goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line, making it 16-13. Hornets scored 20 points in the first half yesterday, finished with 28 for the game. Right now, they're on pace to match their first half mark from yesterday. So as long as they continue to make these buckets. Here's Downing with it. Throws it near side to Carlson, but couldn't corral the pass, and the Hornets get it with 2:30 to go in the first. Schmerbach into the near corner to Hamilton. Hamilton back to Ibarra, trying to get it down low to Frank, but the pass too high for Frank. Goes out of bounds, and Brookings got it. Pryor going to be the one bringing it up the floor for Brookings Harbor. Brings it along the far side of the floor. Now trying to go to work against Ibarra. Around Micah. Off of the glass, won't go. And Frank with the rebound. Ibarra tries to get it out to Hamilton. Hamilton to the diving Mick, and a charge. And two guys hitting the deck pretty hard there. Looks like Hamilton got sort of upended as he hit the deck. He's able to be helped up, but pretty tough crash underneath the rim. And rightfully so, Frank hit with the charge there. Tried to dump it down low to Mick, who was kind of cutting to the rim, but just was coming in too hot to do it. And so that's where you get that turnover, as Brookings will take it. Ibarra and Hamilton with a light press, although they give it up fairly quickly. Here's Pryor, hands it to Anderson, guarded by Ibarra. Now brings it along the right side, hands it to Downing. He's ahead of the key. Downing is going to give it to Pryor. Pryor guarded by Ibarra. Trying to get inside, drives the right block, finds Hatch cutting to the rim, but off the hands of Hatch and out of bounds. Hatch in the game so far, a pair of points for Brookings as the Hornets call timeout, and first-year head coach Brian Stock will talk this one over with his team. 16-13, Henley leads, a minute 41 to go before halftime. This is Henley basketball at the Yreka Invitational on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
What wrong with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Josh Eldridge back with you at the 70th Yreka Invitational. It's day 3 and a game for 7th place as the Hornets lead the Bruins right now with a minute and a half to go before halftime. It's 16-13. This is Nolan Mick with it, going to work against Garcia. Gets by him, lays it up, it rolls off the rim. Almost a great move there by Mick, and just couldn't get the lay-in to drop. Now here comes Brookings with a chance to potentially tie the game with a made triple. 1:09 to go before halftime. It's Anderson with it on the right elbow. Terminates the dribble. Gets rid of it outside to Garcia. Garcia on the right wing. Ball high above his head. Puts it on the deck. Now over to Downing. Downing trying to go to work against Hamilton. Hamilton knocks the ball loose, but Brookings is going to fall on it and call time. We'll take timeout as well. 51 seconds to go before halftime. Henley still leads by 3. This is the 70th Yreka Invitational on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Back with you. 6 seconds to shoot for Brookings as the inbound pass goes awry. Now here come the Hornets. Schmerbach dumping it down low to Mick. Kicks it outside to Ibarra. Hamilton driving into the paint. Moves to the rim and gets fouled. And that'll be Corbin Hamilton heading to the line for a pair. Corbin, this will be his first trip to the penalty stripe. Yesterday in the Hornets' loss, Hamilton had 5 points. Leading scorer for Henley yesterday was actually Nolan Mick with 7. Hornets, Hamilton makes the free throw there. Again, we'll remind you, going on the other court is Klamath Union playing Red Bluff. Those boys are playing for the Consolation Championship. Matt Bowling, my partner, over there, if you want to check out that live stream. I think as we go to halftime, they're still going to be well in the second quarter. And so if you'd rather watch some basketball rather than listen to halftime here, you can always check out that broadcast as well on mybasin.com. Perfect trip to the line for Corbin Hamilton. As with 37 seconds left to go before halftime, Henley leads by 5. Now here's Downing with it, head of the key for Brookings. Downing throws it over to Garcia. Garcia trying to get it near side to Anderson, left alone for a triple, but too much on that one, and Ibarra with the rebound. Henley could take the last shot of this quarter if they choose. Ibarra over to Hamilton. Hamilton now to Mick. Mick to Montag, down low to Hamilton, cutting to the rim, and the layup is good. And 2 more points for Henley gives them a 20-13 lead. 4 seconds to go. Ball is loose. Scramble for it. Turnaround jumper for Garcia will not go. And Henley takes it a 7-point lead into halftime. We'll be back with quick halftime stats on mybasin.com. You're also listening to 104.3 and 960 Sports.
MyBasin.com bringing you the power of local radio,
the pace and reach of social media,
the information of 24-hour news,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
Klamath Falls is a community that we love and a place that we are proud to call home.
Klamath Falls deserves a media group that is as committed to you as you are to Klamath Falls.
MyBasin.com is your go-to place for news,
sports, events, and everything going on at home in Klamath Falls.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
It is halftime at the 3rd day of the 70th Yreka Invitational, and here in the consolation final, winner here takes 7th place. Henley is leading Brookings Harbor 20-13. We'll go down the leading scorers for you, and we'll start with Henley. Bryson Montag with 5 points in his first game of the season. A couple of made field goals and a free throw gives Bryson 5. He's helped out by Corbin Hamilton with 4 points, 3 from Nolan Mick, Finn Charlton, and Micah Ibarra, and 2 from Max Frank, your scorers for the Henley Hornets. For Brookings Harbor, it is Tanner Anderson who's leading the team with 5 points. He's got 3 from Edgar Garcia and Devin Downing, and 2 from Patrick Hatch, your scorers for the Brookings Harbor Bruins. Overall, this half playing similarly to how the first half played yesterday. For Henley, they were a little bit slow coming out of the gate in that first quarter. They found a rhythm about halfway through the second quarter, and they hold, this time, a 7-point lead going into halftime. Yesterday, against Red Bluff, we could take a look at that. It was a 4-point lead going into halftime. Now, if you ask Coach Brian Stock, I'm sure he'd say, we'd like to play similarly to how we did in the first half yesterday. And that's what the Hornets have done here. You won't hear him say that they'd like to play the same way they did in the second half yesterday, because even though Henley was leading by 4 at halftime, they wound up losing by 22 points. Red Bluff put a 26-0 run on them that began late in the third quarter. Henley only scored 2 points in that fourth quarter. Now, Henley's defense never let up throughout that entire time, really. Red Bluff just picked up the intensity on defense themselves, continuing to press. Henley gave up the press on defense, and even though they were battling down low, giving up that press just allowed Red Bluff enough room to get back in the game yesterday. Today, keeping up that defensive intensity is going to be key, holding on to a slim margin at halftime, the score 20-13. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll tell you about the rest of the bracket and how this tournament will wrap up this afternoon. At the Yreka Invitational, Henley leads 20-13 at halftime. More after this.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Halftime here as Henley taking on Brookings in the final day of the Yreka Invitational. It is 20-13 with the Hornets in front. As we wrap up the Yreka Invitational today, we are the second game to be played here on the South Court and the final game of the day, I believe. Earlier today, we saw the Yreka girls defeat Glide as Yreka has claimed 7th place. That's what these boys are playing for here. Henley looking to get 7th place at this tournament after winning it last year. But again, a new look Hornets team just trying to pick up a win against an Oregon opponent in Brookings Harbor. Meantime, going up on the other floor, it is Klamath Union taking on Red Bluff. That game started a little after 10:30. Don't have a score update there, but the winner in that game is going to take, I believe, 5th place at this event. Klamath Union beating Brookings yesterday and sending the Bruins to this matchup. And then later on today, we're going to have the Henley Lady Hornets, who defeated McKinleyville last night, taking on the Del Norte Warriors, who beat Brookings last night. That game is going to be played at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and that will decide a champion as the Henley girls look to repeat as champions down here at the Yreka Invitational, having won it last year against the host team. Today they'll have to beat another Californian team in Del Norte to get the job done. Myself and Matt Bowling will be with you all the way through, especially for that finish this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Again, if you're watching on mybasin.com, it's going to be at the very same link you're at right now. If you're listening to us on 104.3 and 960 Sports, then you will have to venture over online and watch our free video today. If you like just listening to basketball, though, that's okay. There's more coming at you later on as the Oregon Tech Lady Owls basketball team will be on the air at 1:30 today. And a 2 o'clock tip-off against College of Idaho. Lady Owls with a big win last night in LeGrand. And the Owls, the Hustlin' Owls, with a big win last night against Eastern Oregon as well. Both those teams playing C of I. Get your details on OregonTechOwls.com. In the meantime, here, halftime almost wrapped up, and Henley leads 20-13. We'll be back with third quarter action in just a bit on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com. Leave it here.
That rhymes great.
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and little league teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Third quarter action begins right now as the Henley Hornets lead Brookings Harbor 20-13 coming out of halftime. 5 on the floor for the Hornets is Schmerbach, Charlton, Ibarra, Hamilton, and Mick. For Brookings, it's going to be Pryor, Downing, Anderson, Spatel, and Hatch. And Brookings starts with the basketball as we begin our third quarter. Spatel in that corner, trapped by Mick on the far side. Is going to hand it off to Anderson, head of the key. Anderson trying to move inside at the free throw line, gets it near side to Downing. Downing outside to Pryor. Pryor driving inside, 2 to shoot, front iron, no good. Rebound, a long one, grabbed by Spatel. Spatel trying to go baseline, and a foul going to be called against Schmerbach before the shot can go off. Probably not a bad foul to take for Reese, as should be a non-shooting foul on a bucket that would have probably been a good lay-in, uncontested. And so Henley giving their defense another crack at this, trying to create a stop to start the third quarter. Hatch takes the inbound pass, throws it over to Pryor. Pryor now in the far corner to Anderson. Anderson driving inside, kicks it back out to Hatch. Hatch now at the free throw line, dives to the rim. Both officials calling a foul. And this one, let's see, did they call this against Ibarra? I wasn't quite sure who they called for that foul. Regardless, it's going to send Patrick Hatch to the free throw line. Had 2 points in that first half, and this is his first look at the free throw line today. First one is up, and it's no good.
Hey, use your knees, let's go.
Hatch contributing to the size disadvantage that the Hornets have experienced today. Hatch stands, according to the roster, 6'7". Misses his second free throw, or pardon me, makes his second free throw, missed his first. So the score now 20-14. And Ibarra answers with a triple. Score 23-14, Henley up by 9. Spatel trying to drive inside, kicks it near side. Anderson left alone from range, front iron won't go. Rebound collected by Brookings underneath, outside to Downing. He tries his luck off the left side of the glass. Brookings again with the rebound. How about Spatel now, trying to go baseline. Spins around, fadeaway jumper. The toughest shot is the one that goes in. Spatel somehow gets that one to drop, and the score now 23-16. Henley hustling on the other side. Here's Charlton. Hamilton spins around, has his pocket picked by Spatel. And now here comes Brookings. It's Anderson. Bouncing it ahead to Spatel. Driving to the rim, off the glass, no good. Rebound collected by Hatch. Underneath, reverse layup falls. 23-18, and Patrick Hatch with 5 points today. His team down by 5. 6:03 to go in the third quarter. Shot taken and missed by Charlton. Ball goes out of bounds, and Brookings gets it. Pryor going to be the one to inbound. Hornets breaking out the press as Bryson Montag checks in. Montag in for Corbin Hamilton. And now it's Downing. Downing back to Spittel, trying to get around this press. Ibarra guards him the whole way. Anderson with it now, guarded by Ibarra. Spins around. Brookings is going to travel. They got jammed up in the paint there, and as Anderson was going to spin around his defender, he ran right into Patrick Hatch. And so now the Hornets take it the other way. Ibarra throws it to Charlton there on the far side. Charlton trying to go baseline, pulls up from the mid-range, it rims off. And Hatch with the rebound. Now it's Anderson. Anderson fires it ahead to Downing. Downing trying to go inside, blocked by Mick. Hatch with the follow, that won't go. A third chance for the Bruins, that time they score off the hand of Patrick Hatch. Hornets picking up the pace on the other side. Ibarra brings it up the floor, throws it near side Montag. Back outside to Ibarra. He pulls up a long two, no good. Rebound Hornets, outside to Montag, now back to Ibarra. Ibarra to Schmerbach. Schmerbach over to Charlton. Charlton down low to Mick. Mick outside to Montag. He pulls from distance. Good. Bryson Montag with his first made triple of the ball game gives Henley a 6-point advantage with under 5 to go in the third quarter. Hornets continue to press on defense. And it's taken away by the Hornets in the corner, and a foul. I think that's going to go against Devin Downing. And Hornets will take it in front of the scorers table. Get rid of that scoreboard for you on mybasin.com so we can watch this inbound pass. Charlton to inbound to Schmerbach. Schmerbach to Montag. Montag trying to go baseline, up with the layup. A good contest by Brookings. Montag misses the lay-in. Anderson now to Hatch. Back over to Anderson. Takes the Hatch screen. Gets picked up by Frank well beyond the arc. Now to Pryor. Pryor to Spittel. Spittel back to Pryor. Pryor trying to get it down low to Hatch. It was broken up. Hatch recollected and went up for the shot, got fouled. Seems like a tough guy to defend without fouling, Patrick Hatch, and Frank is going to be charged with that foul there.
Hey, bend your knees, use your legs, let's go.
Hatch 1 for 2 at the line so far. He's got 7 points. He's leading his team right now. First free throw from Hatch is good. Makes it a 5-point game. Hatch trying to trim it by 1 more. Corbin Hamilton checks in for Finn Charlton. Second free throw on the way from Hatch. That free throw too strong and I believe a lane violation. And Hatch off the free throw line too quickly. And so our score 26-21, 4:10 to go in the third. And the Hornets have it. Micah Ibarra bringing it up the floor. Ibarra to Hamilton, now near side Montag. Montag puts it on the deck, hands it off to Ibarra. He's left alone for 3. Ibarra cashes in. 9 points for Micah Ibarra. His team leads by 8. Timeout on the floor with 3:54 left in the third quarter. This is Henley basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
(29-21) with 3:54 left to go in the third quarter. Micah Ibarra hitting his second 3 of the period, sending us to a timeout. He leads his team with 9 points right now. Bryson Montag with a made triple. He's got 8 points as well. In fact, all of Henley's points in this quarter have been off made 3-pointers. 1 for Montag, 2 for Ibarra. And there's your 9 points for Henley. Having a hard time getting the ball inside against good defense from Brookings, but Henley knocking him down from distance. Just hope they can continue that. Here's Anderson as Henley presses coming out of the break. Pryor guarded by Ibarra all the way up the floor. Now outside to Spatel. Spatel, head of the key, throws it over to Pryor on the far side. Pryor guarded by Ibarra, gets it over to Spatel. Spatel whips it to Downing near side. Downing has it poked loose by Hamilton. And it'll be Downing to inbound. Downing gets it to Anderson. Anderson, as the Brookings goes around the world, Pryor with it in the far side, tries to dump it down low to Patch, cutting to the cup, and he scores. He's a tough man to defend down there, and that time in for two. Trims it to a 6-point advantage for Henley. Back outside to Ibarra, steps to the side, tries to get it to Frank, cutting to the rim, but it's taken away by Brookings. Here's Spatel. Spatel into the front court, kicks it over to Anderson. Anderson trying to drive against Schmerbach. Underhand pass to Spatel. Spatel now picked up by Schmerbach. Cross-court pass to Pryor. Left alone for a corner three. Pryor off the front of the rim. Won't go. Patch with the rebound. He is fouled while trying to collect that board by Max Frank. And so Pryor, oh no, they're going to say that was, there we go. Okay, so they said the foul was against Hatch at first. We knew that not to be true, and they do charge Frank with that foul. And Brookings to inbound underneath the rim. Fine Hatch cutting to the rim, tries to go off the glass, no good. Nice defense by Max Frank underneath. The Hornets trying to get out in transition. Alley-oop, no! Bryson Montag almost finishing that one at the cup. Just left it short. Good look, though, for the Hornets. Like to see that. A bit of risk-taking, even though you're up only by 6. Ball tipped loose in transition. It stays with Brookings. Inbound pass goes to the backcourt to Pryor. Pryor, with his left hand, brings it along the near side, hands it off to Downing. Downing picked up by Ibarra. Throws it now over to Spatel. Spatel to Pryor. Pryor on the left wing. Pryor puts it on the deck, driving to the right side, down low to Hatch. Hatch kicks it out in the near corner. Now to Downing. Left wing three is in. 6 points for Downing in a 3-point ball game, 29-26. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton guarded in the corner, gets it to Schmerbach. Now head of the key to Montag. Montag terminates the dribble, and a whistle away from the foul, or away from the basketball. I think they're going to hit Spatel with this one, I think. And they will. It was Spatel's foul. And Garcia getting ready to check in for Hatch. Brookings opting to go for some shooters here, even though Hatch has gotten most of the contributions here in this third quarter. He's got 8 points in this quarter alone, 10 for the game. And also checking in, out goes Frank, and in comes Jeremiah Brunick for Henley. Trying to match up a little bit more. And the Hornets set to inbound. Corbin Hamilton to inbound, gives it to Ibarra in the backcourt. Ibarra brings it up. Now it's in the hands of Mick. Mick on the left wing. Back to Ibarra straight away. Ibarra finds Hamilton coming off a screen. Hamilton throws it to Mick. Mick on the left wing, bounces it down low to Brunick. Back outside to Mick. Mick around the defender, straight to the rim. Too strong on the layup. Now here comes Brookings. A minute and a half to go in the third quarter. It's a 3-point game. Henley in front. Garcia bouncing it down low. That was Spatel. Loses it for a moment, but now back in the hands of Garcia. Throws it over to Pryor. Pryor back to Garcia. Garcia now to Anderson. Anderson, ball high above his head, back to Pryor. Pryor to Downing on the right side now. Downing back to Spatel. Spatel to Anderson near side. Anderson trying to go baseline against Mick. Turns around the defender. Right-handed lay-in is in. Tough bucket there for Anderson. Give him 7 points for the ball game, and a 1-point ball game now between these two teams. Trying to score at the rim is Brunick, and he does. Jeremiah Brunick with his first points of the day. Henley back up by 3. 47 seconds to go in the third quarter. 31-28. Garcia. Garcia near side to Pryor to tie it. Pryor ties us. First points of the game for Pryor ties us up at 31. Henley's lead has evaporated. They're trying to respond. Montag trying to drive the left side. He is fouled on the floor. Henley carrying a 7-point lead coming into this third quarter. It is gone. Tied up at 31 with 24 seconds to go. Shot clock will be off as the Hornets have an opportunity to take the last shot of this quarter. We'll see if they take that opportunity. Ibarra to inbound on the opposite side of the floor. Bouncing it to Mick. No, pardon me, that's their side of the floor. Turnaround jumper offline. Now Brookings a chance to take the last shot of the quarter. It's Anderson going to work against Hamilton. Loose ball in the far corner. Ball is staying with Brookings. "13 seconds to go. Coach Luke Beeman of these Brookings Harbor Bruins trying to call for his team to take this last shot. Hold on to it. 13 seconds to go. Hornets got a D up. With it now is Patel. 10 to shoot. Now to Downing. Downing well beyond the arc, guarded by Hamilton. 7 to shoot. Now here's Anderson. Anderson guarded by Mick. 4 to shoot. Anderson, he's going to pull up from 3. No, kicks it in the corner. It is offline. A great play call to find Patel wide open in the corner, but it won't go. 8 minutes left to go to decide this one. Tied up at 31. Fourth quarter action next at the Yreka Invitational on mybasin.com.
At mybasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
the pace and reach of social media,
the information of 24-hour news,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
Klamath Falls is a community that we love and a place that we are proud to call home.
Klamath Falls deserves a media group that is as committed to you as you are to Klamath Falls.
mybasin.com is your go-to place for news,
sports, events, and everything going on at home in Klamath Falls.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Fourth quarter action, and Henley and Brookings Harbor are tied at 31. The Hornets looking to pull out their first win of this season in a gritty Hornets fashion. These are the kind of games that Henley teams of the past have won. Low-scoring affairs that are tight late. We'll see if Coach Brian Stock's team has it in him right here. Bryson Montag going straight to the rim. He's fouled. I talk about teams of old. This Hornets team, not like the teams that we've seen these last couple of seasons. A big graduating class last year has left Bryson Montag, who's headed to the free throw line right now, as the only real key contributor to return from last year's team that made the state tournament. And a new first-year head coach. This is really a building year for this Hornets ball club, and anyone around the program, I think, would agree with that. But these are the types of games that Henley is trying to win, these close defensive battles with a lot of effort on the defensive end. These are the kinds of games that Henley has won for years, even if they haven't had the shooting that they've had in years past. And right now with a 2-point advantage after Montag sinks a couple of free throws, it's 33-31. Here's Downing. Downing to Garcia. Garcia puts it on the deck. Now here's side to Anderson. Anderson hands it back off to Garcia. Garcia loses it. Picked off by Ibarra. Loose ball on the backcourt is picked up by Pryor. Pass goes in the near corner to Downing. Downing guarded by Hamilton. Puts it on the deck, throws it back out to Pryor. Pryor now to Garcia. Garcia guarded by Charlton. Now to Downing. Downing guarded by Hamilton. Now over to Anderson. Anderson on the right wing. Anderson trying to find some room inside, steps to the rim, high layup, hangs on the rim and falls, tied back up at 33. That one off the hand of Anderson. He's got 9 points today. Now trying to get points on the other side is Bryson Montag. These teams trading blows here in the fourth quarter. 35-33, Henley leads, 6:45 to go. Now here's Pryor. Pryor along that right side, has it tipped out, and Brookings going to keep it.
the elbow to the head looked a little bit like MMA to me.
Downing. Downing over to Pryor. Pryor bringing it along the near side of the floor, guarded by Ibarra. Loses the handle on it, but it's picked back up by Brookings. Here's Anderson. Anderson against Schmerbach. It's been a battle all day between these 2 point guards. Schmerbach still left scoreless, but he's been playing good defense, keeping Garcia now beyond the perimeter. 3 to shoot for Brookings. He's trapped. The shot is off. He travels before he can get that shot off. And again, Schmerbach contributing great defense on that possession for the Hornets, was helped out in that corner and created the turnover. Now here's Ibarra. Ibarra bringing it up the floor. Throws it over to Charlton. Charlton brings it around head of the key. Now to Schmerbach. Schmerbach to Montag. Now to Ibarra in the corner. Ibarra steps back for a long 3. Front iron no good. And Brookings with the rebound. Henley still leads by 2, 35-33. Garcia, a running triple, won't go, and Montag with the rebound. Gives it to Ibarra. Ibarra throws it ahead to Hamilton. Hamilton back to Ibarra. Ibarra steps to his left, kicks it back outside to Hamilton. Hamilton down low to Schmerbach. Schmerbach inside the paint, outside to Montag. Montag now drives to the cup. Right-handed lay-in is good for Bryson Montag. 37-33, Henley leads. 5:28 to go in the fourth quarter. And now a light press for this Henley defense as Anderson brings it into the front court. Trapped in the near side by Schmerbach and Charlton. Gets rid of it to Garcia. Garcia throws a layup off the glass. He won't get it, but he is fouled. And so here is a chance for Edgar Garcia. His first free throws of this game, and while we have an opportunity, want to remind you that today's broadcast is brought to you by Gino's Cafe on East Main Street in Klamath Falls. They're open every morning at 6:30, serving their famous breakfast burritos. Those are served all day long, along with their other menu items like burgers, monthly specials, and Italian favorites. You can order online at iloveginos.com or on DoorDash. First free throw from Garcia is off the mark. He'll get a second.
Put your hand in the cookie jar, bend your knees. Let's go.
Second free throw for Garcia is in, and so it's a three-point ball game, 37-34. Charlton with it. Now Ibarra. Ibarra driving left on the left block. Turns around. Finds it in the near quarter to Hamilton. Hamilton bounces it to Montag on the right block. Trying to get it to Schmerbach, cutting in, but it's taken away by Brookings. The Bruins trying to get out in transition, but now it's Downing with it on the far side. Downing to Anderson, head of the key. Anderson against Schmerbach. Turnaround free throw line jumper rattles home. What a shot by Anderson. 37-36. Ibarra. Ibarra driving inside, and a whistle is going to go against Brookings. Nolan Mick checking in for Reese Schmerbach. This team's trading buckets here in the fourth quarter. Henley holding on, clinging on to a 1-point lead, 37-36. Ibarra to Hamilton. Hamilton finds Montag off a screen, kicks it out to Charlton. Charlton on the left elbow, outside to Mick. Mick to Ibarra, back to Mick, give and go. Mick is nearly tackled there underneath, and the ball will stay with Henley. And we're going to have a timeout called by Brookings Harbor. We'll take it with them. The Hornets lead by 1, 37-36. 4:22 left to go in the ball game. This is Henley basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Fourth quarter action continues down in Yreka, California, as the Henley Hornets lead on day 3 against the Brookings Harbor Bruins, 37-36. It's been a close game all game long. Henley hoping to hold on to this 1-point advantage that they've got right now and collect their first win of the 2024-25 season. Bryson Montag returning to the lineup today, providing a spark on both sides of the floor as Henley leads late. And they'll start with the basketball. It's Nolan Mick who gets the inbound pass. Mick kicks it near corner to Ibarra for a triple. Front iron won't go. And Brookings with the rebound. Here comes Pryor. Pryor picked up by Ibarra. Henley no longer pressing on defense. Here's Anderson. Pulls up a triple. Left iron won't go. Rebound picked up by Charlton. By the way, back in the game for Brookings is Patrick Hatch. Anderson with an athletic takeaway. Oh, my. Anderson leaping to break up a pass. Wound up on the deck, but it was last touched by him. And so Henley will maintain possession. But stopping a transition bucket, no doubt. Here's Charlton to Ibarra. Ibarra down low to Montag. And a foul. And Montag is going to have been fouled. And Ibarra to inbound at the baseline. Ibarra to Hamilton. Kicks it over to Montag. Montag, ball high above his head. He's going to try to get it to Ibarra. Ball goes out of bounds. And just a miscommunication of some sorts for this Henley offense. As Brookings, a chance to take the lead on this possession. They trail by 1, 3:41 to go in the fourth quarter. And again, the big man is back in the middle for Brookings, Patrick Hatch. Guarding him will be Corbin Hamilton. Ball is in the hands of Downing right now. No whistle. And players thought that the whistle on the other side of the floor was here. It was not. And Anderson hits the deck hard after a non-contact play. Mick on the other side. Brookings is going to need time. Oh, boy. Never want to see this. A non-contact, immediate grab to the knee for Anderson. That is never what you want to see. We'll step aside and give him a moment to get back up. This is Henley basketball. They lead 39-36 on 104.3 and 960 Sports and on mybasin.com.
At mybasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
the pace and reach of social media,
the information of 24-hour news,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals that is second to none.
Klamath Falls is a community that we love and a place that we are proud to call home.
Klamath Falls deserves a media group that is as committed to you as you are to Klamath Falls.
mybasin.com is your go-to place for news,
sports, events, and everything going on at home in Klamath Falls.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
Back after a brief pause, tending to Tanner Anderson, who's out of the game with an apparent knee injury. I apologize for those of you listening on radio. This is not the post-game show. We've still got 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and Henley leads by 3. The score 39-36, and the Hornets have the basketball. Charlton going to give it to Hamilton on the far side. Hamilton hands it off to Ibarra straight away, head of the key. Kicks it outside to Charlton. Charlton back to Ibarra on the left wing. Ibarra trying to get it down low. Ball finds its way back out to Hamilton. Hamilton goes baseline, reverse layup off the back of the rim, won't go. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Brookings. Henley trying to hold on to this 3-point lead. They led by 7 at halftime. We were tied up heading to the fourth, and Corbin Hamilton tries for a quick layup attempt. Henley gets the rebound. Charlton at the free throw line, outside to Montag. Montag straight to the rim. He's fouled, and Bryson will head to the line for a pair. Bryson Montag has really turned up the intensity here in the second half. Had 5 points after the first half, but now has already 9 and 2 more free throws pending for this second half. Free throw from Montag is good. And gives Henley a 4-point lead. 2 possessions, and Montag cashes in on both of them. And Henley now leads 41-36. Defense pressing for the Hornets. A loose ball on the other side of the floor, and a jump ball. No, timeout is going to be called by Brookings as they hold on to possession. We'll stick with you through this timeout. 2:14 to go in the ball game, and Henley up by 5. Going on the other floor, as we've said, Klamath Union is taking on Red Bluff. That game is deciding the consolation bracket winner today. And then later on this afternoon, 3 o'clock, the Henley Lady Hornets are taking on Del Norte for the girls bracket championship. And Hornets looking to come away as repeat champions after dispatching McKinleyville last night and sending McKinleyville to our noon game over on that other floor. As always, appreciate you hanging out with us on mybasin.com. We'll be broadcasting every Henley boys basketball game and as many of the girls games as we can, as well as our Gino's Cafe game of the week throughout the season, which will be able to be watched on mybasin.com and listened to on News Talk 1150 92.9 KAGO. Love the new Gino's Cafe game of the week, where we are able to broadcast some of the local 2A and 1A schools and mix Mazama in there as well when we're able to. But here in Yreka, Henley leads 41-36, 2:10 to go in the fourth, and we're back in the action. Brookings with the basketball. Pryor with it now, head of the key. Pryor moving left. Ibarra guarding him closely. Now it's Hatch with it, well beyond the arc. Now to Garcia. Garcia pulls up from distance. Garcia way off to the right side, and that one won't go. Timeout called by Coach Stock and the Henley Hornets. Again, we'll stick with you through this timeout. 41-36, the score remains as Henley leads the Brookings Harbor Bruins in the 7th place match of the Yreka Invitational. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Henley Hornets. After the tournament wraps up today, they're back in action on Friday. A road game for the Hornets as they'll take on the Ashland Grizzlies at 7 o'clock on Friday. They'll follow that up on December 19th when they come back here down to Yreka High School to take on the Miners. That'll be at 7 o'clock on the 19th. Their first home game of the season is December 23rd. They'll be hosting the Sisters Outlaws. Another home game after Christmas before the new year, December 30th against Lakeview, before they head to Sisters for the Sisters tournament. That will be January 2nd, 3rd, and 4th up in Sisters. That's a great tournament to go to for these Hornets. A lot of good Oregon programs head on up to that tournament in Sisters. Here trying to take care of business against an Oregon foe in Brookings Harbor. So right now the Hornets lead 41-36. Micah Ibarra to inbound. Henley's got to go the full length of the floor here, and Brookings in a press. Montag takes the inbound pass back to Ibarra, back to Montag, back to Ibarra. Ibarra brings it along the far side, hands it to Charlton. Charlton bounces it to Schmerbach, throws it to Hamilton. Hamilton underneath to Montag to the rim, won't go. A good look created by Montag, but couldn't finish. Now here comes Brookings. Downing with it. Downing dumps it down low to Hatch. Hatch in the corner to Pryor. Pryor picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton over to Downing. Downing guarded by Charlton. Over to Pryor. Now Garcia straight away. Garcia driving the right side, trying to get it to Hatch, and Henley reached in. That's going to be Ibarra who reached in and committed the foul. And so Brookings to inbound. Garcia to do the honors. Garcia at the baseline, bounces it to Hatch. Hatch goes quickly up with the shot and knocks it down. Such a tough guy to guard down there. 6'7" Patrick Hatch, bringing his team within 3 with 1:08 to go. Hornets on the other side. Montag trapped in the corner. Montag has to get rid of it. He finds Hamilton underneath, and a whistle. Timeout, Henley. Coach Brian Stock using these timeouts, trying to keep his team calm within themselves as they look for win number 1 of the brand new season. 41-38, 61 seconds to go. Want to remind you today's broadcast on mybasin.com is brought to you by Klamath Falls Subaru. Through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate at Klamath Falls Subaru. Stop by and say hi on Washburn Way. Short timeout. Hornets and Coach Brian Stock looking for this win. Coach Stock taking over for longtime coach Luke Hammond. Still at Henley High School. Coach Hammond, now athletic director Hammond. He'll still be coach to me. Coach Stock, of course, was the head coach of the Henley softball team that went to back-to-back state championships over these last couple of seasons, with a JV boys basketball coach. And now taking over the varsity program for this Hornets team. They'll start with the basketball underneath their cup. 1:01 to go. Inbound pass went to Hamilton, then to Ibarra. He throws it to Charlton, now back to Ibarra. Here's Montag off a screen, right wing. Montag over to Charlton. Charlton driving inside, bounces it outside to Ibarra, 13 to shoot. Ibarra terminates the dribble, outside to Hamilton, left wing. Finds Montag. Montag straight away, one step inside the perimeter, outside to Hamilton, 6 to shoot. Hornets got to find a look. Ibarra now 3 to shoot. Ibarra driving inside, will not get the shot off in time. 35 seconds to go. Less than a second separate shot and game clock. And Brookings with possession. They'll need a 3 to tie it, but you could take a quick 2 and foul. And pass intended for Spatel inexplicably goes awry. They're going to have to foul the Hornets now. Inbound pass goes to Ibarra. Are they going to foul him? Hornets can hold on to this as long as they want. Charlton now with it straight away. Charlton now to Montag. They got to choose someone to foul. Hamilton with it now in the corner. Hamilton is the one that they picked to foul it. And Coach Stock seemingly frustrated, but they're going to send Hamilton to the line, I believe. Nope, one more foul to give for Brookings. And so Henley will, well, our officials trying to figure it out. Do we get free throws? Do we still have a foul to give? We've got to check. And Hatch is out. Hatch committed that foul. He is fouled out. Henley will not get free throws, but one of the best offensive players for Brookings is headed to the bench. Nope, we're figuring out how many fouls there are, and let's see. Hamilton is going to shoot 2 free throws. So here you go, Corbin Hamilton at the line. He's 2 for 2 so far at the line. One make here makes it a 2-possession ball game. Hamilton's first free throw is no good. He needs a second. 13 seconds on the clock if Brookings is able to get this rebound. But a make here, you don't want to say completely puts it away, but it goes a long way in doing so for the Hornets. Hamilton's second free throw on the way. It's up, It's no good. Rebound picked up by Brookings. They're going to race up the floor. Spatel with it. And a whistle. Timeout. Brookings. 10 seconds to go. And this will decide the ball game. Brookings going to have to shoot a 3 to tie it to potentially force overtime. Not sure if we'll play overtime in a tournament format. Well, I guess we'll find out. But this is for 7th place here. There's no one playing on this floor after us. And so I've got to imagine we'll play overtime. The athletic director here, Jason Freitas, on the far side of the floor. I don't quite know. But regardless, it's coming down to the wire here. Hornets defense standing tall. And they'll have to do it for just one more possession and hold on to this win. Try to improve to 1-2 on the season. Grab their first win. It's seemingly the hardest one to get when you've got a young team. But just knowing that you can do it gives you the confidence to move forward. We'll see if Henley can hold on for this one. Teams back out onto the floor. The 5 out there for Henley. It's Micah Ibarra, Finn Charlton, Bryson Montag, Reese Schmerbach, and Corbin Hamilton. And for Brookings, it's Carlson, Spatel, Downing, Garcia, and Pryor. 10 seconds to go. 3-point ball game, and Brookings has it. Inbound to the backcourt to Pryor. Pryor with it. Pryor against Ibarra. Pryor brings it around head of the key and a whistle. And Ibarra is going to commit a foul. And now 5 seconds to shoot. Not a bad foul to give for Ibarra there. And timeout is going to be called. I think, realistically, a smart foul to take for Ibarra there, knowing you have 1 to give. Splitting the time that Brookings has to drop a play in half. It's only 5 to go now as Henley calls timeout to figure this out. Second-year head coach Luke Beeman of the Brookings Harbor Bruins trying to drop a play for his team to tie this game. Coach Beeman, a graduate of Brookings Harbor High School in 2019, took over the program last season after returning to the coast after time in college. He was a player there as well for his time in high school. And now a young coach trying to get his team back into this one. They trail by 3. 5 seconds to go. A battle of 2 newer coaches. Like I said, Coach Stock in his first year, Beeman in his second. But a lot more experience on that Henley sideline in the coaching. You know, like I said, Coach Stock, a JV coach. Dylan Woodrum is assisted with the JV team for quite some time. Blake Loney listed as an assistant coach for this Henley Ball Club. And I believe, yeah, I do see him down there. He's a good assistant as well for this Hornets ball team. So here we go, 5 seconds to go for the ball game, and it is Pryor to inbound for Brookings Harbor. And they're going to find Garcia in the near corner. Catch and shoot 3, too strong, and that will be it. Couldn't get the second shot off, and the Hornets steal a victory from the Brookings Harbor Bruins, 41-38. We'll be back to recap this one briefly as we continue your coverage from Yreka, California on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com. Keep it here.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Josh Eldridge back with you as the South Gym quickly clears out down here in Yreka, California. The Henley Hornets with a 41-38 victory. Leading scorer for both teams was Bryson Montag with 16 points for the Hornets. He got helped out with 9 points from Micah Ibarra, all on made three-pointers. 6 points from Corbin Hamilton, 3 from Finn Charlton and Nolan Mick, and also 2 from Jeremiah Brunick and Max Frank, your scorers for the Henley Hornets. Meantime, for the Brookings Harbor Bruins, 12 points for Patrick Hatch, 11 for Tanner Anderson, 6 for Devin Downing, 4 for Edgar Garcia, 3 for Talon Pryor, and 2 for Colton Spittel. Your scores for the Brookings Harbor Bruins as the Hornets claim 7th place at the Yreka Invitational after their win today. For the Hornets, they improved to 1-2. Next up on their schedule, a week from yesterday, as they'll be taking on the Ashland Grizzlies in Jackson County on the 13th. Their next home game is December 23rd as they take on Sisters at home. That'll be the first time you can watch the Hornets inside the Hornets' nest. But our coverage continues today as at 3 o'clock, the Henley girls get ready to take on Del Norte in the tournament championship game on the girls' side of the bracket. I'll be there with Matt Bowling for that call. Hope to see you there, or at least hear from you there. In the meantime, my tournament flying solo here is wrapped up. Thank you so much for spending your late morning with me a couple of times this weekend, and whenever you've tuned in to watch these Henley Hornets boys as they emerge 1-2 from the Yreka Invitational, having defeated Brookings Harbors today 41-38. I want to thank everybody who made today's broadcast possible. Luke Beeman of the Brookings Harbor Bruins, Brian Stock of the Henley Hornets. I know we had some folks tuning in from the coast today down in Brookings. I want to say thank you for joining me on the broadcast as well. And of course, the athletic director here, Jason Freitas, for making sure we had a place to set up in both of the gyms here at Yreka High School. One final time, Henley comes away with the win, defeating the Brookings Harbor Bruins 41-38. My name is Josh Eldridge saying so long from Yreka, California.